Good evening, everyone. The Madison County School Board, regular session is now in session. Mr. David Best, do you mind praying over me, sir?
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for this day and as many blessings, the time that we have come here and make decisions that affect our students. Father, be with us as we do that. May we do it with them in mind only and with you guiding us through it. Thank you for Jesus and his sacrifice he gave for us, and we pray all this in him. Amen.
Amen.
Mr. Superintendent?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, I recommend approval of agenda dated January 23, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Madison County School System Recognition?
Yes, sir. First of all, thank y'all for joining us tonight. This is one of 5 of our meetings that we're hosting at our schools. Each district will host a meeting at one of their schools. Tonight we're in District 3, which is the Madison County High and the New Hope High District. So we're here this year at Madison County High. Next year we'll most likely be at one of the schools down in New Hope. But thanks for joining us this evening. The reason for this is for our board members to get out and be able to see all the different schools within our district. Board terms are 6 years. So if they see a different school every year into the 5 districts, they'll hit the 30 in their 6-year term, and they should be able to see every school at least once. So it gives us an opportunity for them to see what the school has to offer. They tour the school, they take a look around. Our principals also are here, and they will talk about their feeders to and from. So with that, this January happens also to be the school board recognition month. And as superintendent, I want to thank gentlemen for all that you do for the districts and the communities that you serve. We really do appreciate you in Madison County Schools and all that you guys do. It's a sacrifice of your time, and I know you get a lot of the phone calls that I get, so I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate everything that you do. Our schools they presented our board members with different tokens of recognition and appreciation, and so they've given those earlier. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our host school, which is Madison County High, and we're gonna start with our feeder, one of our feeders, which will be Miss Hancock, principal at Central Elementary School.
Before we get started with that, we do want to present our board member, Brian Brooks, on behalf of Madison County School Families and
Well, thank you.
Okay, you ready for me?
Yes, Miss Hancock.
Okay, so I have a few highlights I'm going to share with you. I've already given each board member a copy, so I know y'all can read, but I'm just gonna read over these. And by far the best part, we have some of our Central School students here, so I'll introduce them at the end, and then they'll come up and present. It's a short presentation, so. First, I just wanted to say we're so thankful for our SROs, full-time in the building. We've had multiple issues this year where that person has been an invaluable resource, and it's going very well. So last year we added an enclosed area at our front office to make it more secure. So this year with that, plus our weapons detection, our SRO, I feel like our campus is very secure. So that's been really positive. And all of our pre-K through 8th grade students enter through the weapons detection each day. A lot of people don't realize that because we have elementary students, but all of our students do enter through the weapons detection. Something else that we're really excited about coming up for our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers is an opportunity to get the A+ College Ready grant. And that grant is $80,000 worth of professional learning, materials, and an actual curriculum. So we're in the application process right now. I think we are gonna get selected, and if we do, it'll be for 3 years worth of training for our staff and leaders. The principal, assistant principals are also part of that training. So we are very excited about that. We also recently received a $5,000 STEM lab, STEM grant, and we are gonna use that to try to offset some of our gaps from where we lost that STEM lab teacher that we had last year. So we haven't started using that yet. We just found out about it recently, but we recently were also awarded a $5,000 STEM grant. And then I have a few teachers that are being spotlighted by others, and so I wanted to share that spotlight with you guys here tonight. So first of all, today, we have the State Department Office of Mathematics Improvement, and math coaches from all around the region at Central, and they were there to watch one of our model teachers, who's actually here, she might want to wave right now, Miss Randy Wilson, and our math instructional coach, Lucy Murphy. And so they were there to watch them today as a model, and they really did do a great job. So I'm proud of that. And then in February, we're gonna be hosting ARI, and again, they're coming to observe some of the model practices of our second grade team. And none of these ladies are here tonight, I think they're all sick, to be honest with you, but, Jennifer Williams, Katie Buzon, and Ashlyn Blitch are those teachers, and then our instructional coach for reading, Jordan Stewart. So we're really excited about that. Central School athletes have had a very great year, and actually are probably playing right now the girls are playing right now for the county tournament championship. Both of our teams, 7th and 8th grade, won their volleyball county championships, and as of yesterday, all of our teams have an A average. So we're really excited and proud of that. We have good numbers coming out for our teams right now, so we want to build, a program with bigger numbers at the middle school so that we can maintain that as they go through high school. And let's make sure I didn't leave anything out. Yeah, the girls' basketball team will be competing tonight. So the best thing that I wanted to highlight tonight is our Central School Future City team. These kids are getting ready to go to Auburn and compete tomorrow. And so what they have done is they have created this little Future City model, which we're gonna push out a little bit so you guys can see it. And they have a presentation, and they are going to talk to you guys about it. It's a 7-minute presentation. So Future City is a hands-on, cross-curricular educational program that brings STEM to our schools. And we've had it for the last several years. It's sponsored by our gifted education teacher, Miss Tammy Walters. So she will be taking the team. We are the only school in Madison County that participates in this competition, the international academic competition. And they have competed in regionals several years. They actually placed in, I think it was during the COVID year, so 2020, but they had to do everything virtual, so they didn't get to travel to Washington, D.C. But the team participates in regional competitions at the end of January, and then they also have the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. Okay, so these are the students. I don't know if they're all here, but I'm going to say everyone that's listed. So please help me welcome Josiah Beach. Y'all can come on up and get ready as I call out your names. Lillian Johnson, Bentley Parker, Cooper Wilson, Hudson Husband, Cyrus Chard, and Riley McClarnon. So one of y'all might want to push that out a little bit so they can see it. And then if y'all want to turn that so the board members can see what you're presenting, I'll turn it over to y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Looks like Huntsville.
So, one of the first questions that everyone might have is, what is Future City? As Ms. Hancock stated, Future City is an international STEM competition. Each year, we utilize the project management system and engineering design process to create a scale model city based on
Russ?
Where's Carter at? Carter? Where's Carter? Mr. Gustafson, can you get Mr. Watkins? Can you get Mr. Watkins? Oh, there you are. God, I didn't even see you over there. I thought you were out there with Mark. Sorry about that. I know. I'm going to get behind them.
Thank y'all.
Good job, y'all. Good luck. Good luck.
Good job. Y'all did good. Hey, good job. Yeah.
Miss Britton's here from Madison County Elementary School.
Good evening. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be here tonight to talk to you about the great things happening at Madison County Elementary School. I'm Kim Britton, I'm the principal, and I just want to talk to you guys tonight about how we are developing leaders, academic in the classroom, and through community service as well. One of the things that we do every week is we recognize our students who are displaying Tiger Paw behavior. We celebrate those kids who are being prepared, acting responsible, working hard, and showing respect. They're recognized every Friday through announcements and through social media and all kinds of things, and we love supporting those kids as they are developing those leadership and good citizenship skills. As they get older, we develop that further through leadership with our ambassador program. These students are selected as school leaders, and they work to actually develop community service projects. So tonight, I'm really excited to have Mr. Harvey Benson here to explain to you guys a little bit about some of the things our ambassadors do.
The MCSS ambassadors have been hosting a food drive for the last 6 years, and this year was our largest ever. Ambassadors visited every classroom to talk briefly with each class about the food drive and what they could contribute. We set a school goal of 2,000 items, making it 91 items per classroom. To entice students to participate, the overall school winner won a pizza party, and the winner of each grade level won a dessert party. We chose this service project because there is a universal need for food assistance in our area. And we know that every child wants to contribute to school events, even if it's just one item. We provided daily announcements from leaders and a leaderboard updated daily. Ambassadors decorated festive collection boxes for each classroom and even set up a Christmas tree made of cans that they were reflective. MCES students donated 2,847 items. Because of their generosity, many other students will have food for their families. 13 of our classes even exceeded the goal of 91. We are so proud. The ambassador's next project will be a week of kindness at MCES in March. We will give a daily announcement about kindness. Greet car riders one of the mornings with welcome signs, and the Tiger Paw focus for that week will be about kindness. We are grateful for the opportunity to represent our great school.
So thank you, Harvey, for sharing that with our board members. We're also promoting academic growth, and we do that in the classroom through announcements, through certificates, all kinds of incentives, including our first ever faculty student volleyball game. I will not disclose who won, but I'm guaranteeing you there's going to be a rematch at the end of the year. We're also very excited to be partnering with A+ for the next 3 years for our middle school teachers, just like Ms. Hancock talked about, which is going to be an amazing thing for our high school, with both of us participating. So that's going to provide professional development for our teachers over 3 years and also increase the rigor in our classes. And we're very excited. There's there's a strong emphasis on the student achievement during that time, and plus even provides incentives for our kids. So that focus is really strong in our building. So overall, we are very excited with all the things happening in Madison County Elementary School. Thank you guys.
Before we bring up our high school, I'll tell you what, with students like this in our district, is very bright. We're very fortunate to have you all here, and congratulations on all your achievements. And we look forward to seeing what you can do in the next few years if this is what we're getting at elementary level. Can't wait to see what they do in high school. So, thank you all. Mr. Gustafson and Ms. Bennett are here for Madison County High, and I believe, Ms. Bennett, you're gonna be the speaker this evening, is that correct?
I guess so.
Okay. Thank you for hosting this evening, and Ms. Bennett, it's all yours.
Well, we just wanted to start, we've had a lot of successes over the past several years, and we wanted to make sure that we highlight that is due to our faculty and staff and their professionalism and the culture that we have here in this building. The system has focused on professional learning communities and how that really has to be a culture and a part of what you do. It's not a meeting, it's not, it's not one time a week or things like that. It's a part of what goes on. And we feel like we see that from our bus staff, from bus drivers to our CMP workers, our custodians, our teachers, and so on. They're able to come together when there's a need. They make sure they're communicating. We're not left hung out to dry and not knowing that something is going on. They work together, as well as they're here, at all times, whenever we need them. So we feel like those extra efforts that our staff puts in really contributes to those successes we have. We've had huge success over the past several years with our AP program with over like 50% qualified scores. And we offer 13 AP courses for a school our size. That's phenomenal. And most of those classes are taught, they're all taught on semester. So we have them taught first semester and second semester. And those teachers put in a lot of effort, extra effort, with pulling in students during our flex times, during the semesters that they don't teach them, to help work with them. And then we have over 40, I think, this semester that are in dual enrollment classes. So along with our AP students, we still have a large number of students participating in dual enrollment classes. Some of those are on campus, and some of those are virtual, and some of those maybe on you guys coming up, for sure. Thank you.
Ma'am.
One of the things Ms. Bennett was referring to AP. Just so you know, we have 7 high schools that have AP courses. That includes our virtual and Sparkman 9. We have our 5 high schools virtual and Sparkman 9. Madison County High School for AP passing scores for the University of Alabama, Auburn University, and for Calhoun Community College, they rank second in our entire district for all 3 of those schools as far as passage rates. Now, they're competing against Buckhorn and Sparkman and Hazel Green, Sparkman 9, Madison County Virtual, and New Hope. But this is the second highest achieving for all 3 of those universities. And congratulations, you guys are doing a fantastic job.
And that's based on percentage of population. Excellent job.
So, thanks again for hosting us this evening. We appreciate it. District highlights.
Do you have any?
Good. Yeah, a couple of things. I think last week, several of the middle schools from all over the county participated in the honor band. I wasn't able to attend, but had a good turnout, really good performance. So, congratulations. Every school was represented in that I'm aware of. So, good job for that, for our performing arts. Everybody that's involved in that. I know it's a lot of work that goes on for those things. Also, last week at Buckhorn High School, we were very fortunate to receive a $95,000 grant from ATRAN for energy savings program that they participated with TVA and Huntsville Utility. So we appreciate all of our local community partners, and a special thanks to ATRAN for that. And then last of all, I know it'll be said here probably, but for several of you teachers here that are here tonight, those that are watching for the cold weather that we had just this past week, we want to say thank you. For everyone that stood out in the Colorado lines. We realize, it's not an easy task. We know we don't get that kind of weather a lot, but when we do, we want to say thank you for those teachers, admin that stood out there. We want to thank our bus drivers, a lot of the ones that work behind the scenes, that are there in the mornings making sure that buses start. Everybody at central office keeping a check on that. Our plant managers, a lot of issues when there's cold weather like that. So, and I'm sure I'm leaving off somebody, but no, I think I can speak on behalf of everybody. We thank you for that, for all you that work behind the scenes during those hard times. So we appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jones, you have anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly thank the Madison County High School Family of Schools for hosting us this evening. This is really great for the board to be able to travel throughout the district and see all of our schools. Each one of us have our own district that we work very hard in, and so it's difficult for us to get outside that district, but this is a tremendous opportunity, and I just want to say thank you for being here tonight and for all you do for our district.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bird?
I want to echo Mr. Jones's comments about the cold weather and how the whole system pulled together, top to bottom, with the parents, the children. We don't get it often, but we got through it without one problem that I know of in my district. We're finishing up basketball at the middle school level. We are also continuing basketball at the high school level. Want to let you know that our athletic teams like soccer, baseball, and softball are starting their practices, and of course they have limitations on how much they can practice because of the weather. All in all, in my district, everything's going very well, and I want to echo my thanks to the entire Madison County High School family. What an excellent presentation, what a wonderful school, wonderful program, wonderful support, the parents, and the relationship that the parents and the students and the teachers administration has. It's obvious that you take great pride in your students and great pride in this building and other buildings.
Thank you, Mr. Bird. Yeah, I'll echo what everybody else said. This is my little home school here. This is where I went. That's where I graduated from. So it's good to be back home tonight. But I have 2 highlights from. I let the other principals speak. They highlighted great of the schools. But at New Hope, Mr. Dawson Cameron, he had over 1,000 points in his career for basketball, and then Kaylee Yarborough had over 3,000 points in 4 years. That's quite a bit of. That's very impressive. So I just wanted to highlight those. But just glad to be here at this school, and I do thank all the bus drivers, the admin, everybody that stepped up. Like you said, the bus drivers and the people that went out there and had the buses cranked up so they'd be warm to get the kids here safely, but just good to be home. So, thank y'all.
All right, before we continue, I want to follow up with some of the things the board members said. The honors band concert that was at Sparkman High School was hosted with all of our band members from our middle schools. This was their 20th anniversary of this. And Patrick Harper, who is the band director at Hazel Green High School, he wrote a piece of music for those students for that specific night. It was the first time that piece of music has ever been played. Now, I was listening to the band directors, they were talking to me about how difficult it is. The concert was only 5 songs, but they only worked together for 8 hours. Now, to perform 5 songs of pieces of music that they've heard before is one thing, but this was a brand new piece, and it was recorded so that they have a historical record of this. It is going to be copyrighted, and Mr. Harper's piece is going to be well known. But it was a fantastic night, and that's every year we have that, and we will continue with that. As far as Ms. Yarbrough, also, if I'm correct, Mr. Brooks, she is the first and only athlete, player in basketball to have her jersey retired. She got her jersey retired at New Hope, which was pretty phenomenal as well. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our staff. Was phenomenal with the weather, but I'm going to turn it over to our director of transportation because I want him to kind of let you know what transpired, because the buses we had. The first day of the cold, we had 1 bus, then we had 7 buses, and then we had 7 buses again. But I'd like Mr. Spears to kind of give you guys an update on what transpired for transportation purposes.
Okay, so coming off the long weekend, going into Monday, we're very much in a reactive mode. We had 2 other mechanics out, we had 2 other mechanics who were on the road, wood jump boxes. Out of the 7 no starts we had all of our buses up and running within an hour. No buses missed the roads. The next day, because of the single-digit temperatures that were forecast, talking to Dr. Bensky, we had the delay, but we had 6 guys that hit the ground running at 6 o'clock. We had 4 starts, and the temperature ranged anywhere from 5 to 8 degrees during that time. And I'll attribute that to our guys who are working hard in the shop. We've had an opportunity this year to do very thorough inspections of our buses, and that just helps. That just helps tremendous. Also, we before this cold snap hit, we had an announcement for our Here Comes the Bus app. That's to give the parents a notice, a little leeway before the bus gets there. Kids don't have to stand out in the cold, and it just makes everything a little bit easier. But all in all, we had a really, really good start to those 2 days.
All right, that's it for district highlights,
All
sir.
right, administrative items.
Yes, sir. I recommend approval of the 2025-2026 Madison County Schools Academic Guide as submitted, with the exception of the block schedule portion on page 5.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion?
This doesn't prohibit zeros or late penalties or anything like that. Everything's, no changes, right?
Everything is exactly as it was presented the other night, and we'll bring this back after we have discussions next month.
Excellent.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I recommend approval of November financial statements and payments of bills as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I recommend approval of the first budget amendment for fiscal year 2025 as submitted.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
I recommend approval of the contracts for services as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I recommend approval of the personnel items as submitted.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I recommend approval of supplemental contracts and the discontinued contract as submitted.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Mr. Brooks, I do have one other highlight I forgot to mention. Mr. Rogers stopped by, our athletic director today, and he told me that, and Coach, let me know if I'm wrong on this, but the middle school championships for 7th and 8th, boys and girls, I believe all the championship games tonight contain Madison County schools. No Madison City schools, no Huntsville City schools, so this is a great night for Madison County because
like it.
we have got 4 champions and 4 runners-up, and they're all Madison County schools, so. New Hope won the 7th grade one already.
There you go.
This year, MA had kind of dominated our league, and they kind of had peppered everybody, and then tonight you go beat them.
That's awesome.
That's
Wonderful.
So, all right, sir.
We will have an executive session right after this, but I just, anything for the good of the board before we go?
Do you want to make mention real quick about the Davis family, about the passing of?
Oh, yes, we received some, for those of you who knew Dr. Terry Davis, who was a superintendent of Madison County Schools, Dr. Davis passed this morning. The majority of his career was with Madison County School System, and our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family, and please keep him in your prayers this evening. We would appreciate that very much. Wonderful man. It was an honor and it was a pleasure working for and along with Dr. Davis. He was actually, when I started, he was my principal at Hazel Green Middle School almost 30 plus years ago. So it's been a very trying day today, but please remember him in your prayers.
Good guy.
Anybody got anything else? I will, once again, thank you, Madison County High School and admin and the students, everybody that showed up. Great presentation. Good luck tomorrow. Represent the district well. Y'all did a very good job tonight. I appreciate everyone here. I do need a motion for executive session to speak on real estate discussion. Once we come back, we won't be voting on anything. It'll just be the close of the meeting, so I need a motion.
Motion.
I have a motion and a second to go to executive session. All those in favor? Aye. We're in executive session.